Okay, no problem.
All right, welcome to Income Production Opportunities. Today we're going to be speaking with Roy Bretton, and Roy is going to talk to us about what it takes to get started and start and operate your own business, and tell us about his experiences doing that. So Roy, if you would, go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself and about your business.
Yeah, that would be good, Derek. First of all, it's good to have this opportunity to sort of do this interview. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about myself. I've been self-employed since 1983. I started off working on a farm. That was my ambition, to work on the land, something I'm still have an interest in today. But I soon quickly realised that it wasn't going to work for me. There wasn't. I couldn't get enough out of it. The income was low. So in 1983, I went self-employed, and in fact, I used to do a few jobs before I left school. The first sort of jobs I started doing, I started up a small landscaping business, purchasing my own equipment and what have you, and gradually built it up over the years. And over the years, I've sort of had three different offline businesses. Two of them I've sold. And now I'm working online as well as offline, as I see the great potential in an online business. So the fact you can reach the world, and not only for an online business, for an offline business, the internet is a fantastic tool, and I just feel we need to take that opportunity. So that's something else I'd just like to say that's very important to me. I was brought up in a Christian family. Now, I ridiculed that when I became a teenager, but then when I got in my early 30s, I kind of saw the light, and something good happened. So it happened to me. So I'm a born-again Christian. I'm a Bible-believing Christian. Maybe to some people it sounds wacky, but basically it's, I believe in the Holy Bible. I have a faith in God, but I also know where I was before I was a Christian, and I take people for what they are. And I'm a great people. I really like people. I always like people's individuality and their personalities and how we've been created individuals. So history there. So back to you, Derek.
Okay, well, great. I appreciate that, Roy. Now, you mentioned when you got started, but overall, how many years would you say that you've been in business?
So I've been in the business, now I've got to do the maths, since 83. So that's about 37 years. So which is, I find it hard to believe myself. And in fact, I left school in 1981, but even before I left school, I was doing little jobs, little gardening jobs, and various. I also done a little farm job as well. So I'm not somebody who likes to stand around doing nothing. I like to try and be a doer and try and keep busy. So yeah. But that's kind of when I started. And it's
okay. About how much of that time
I can't imagine me stopping, to be fair. So
about how much of that time is online, Roy?
Well, I'm someone who likes to get up early, so I like to try and be up at 5 a.m. And now it doesn't always work, I have to be honest, but I am generally up around 5 a.m. And I'm probably spending about 20 hours a week online. Now it does vary at the moment, because 4 years ago I started an offline business, a new offline business, and due to the power of the internet and having knowledge of the internet, I was able to promote the business really quickly. So it kind of took off, and which is great, but it's kind of taken a bit of my time from doing the internet business. But the great thing is we're making money, it's doing well, and also the online business is growing, which is great.
Okay.
So we continue to grow, and I'm just in that process of just about to sort of do some outsourcing. I have done a little bit of outsourcing before, but we're just at that stage where I can't do everything. So, and that's the beauty of the internet. You know, we can find people from all over the world to do small tasks for us, small or big tasks come for that.
Okay.
So,
Now, most of your online business, is that affiliate marketing or is that some other type of business?
yeah, yes. To be fair, now I'll tell you a little bit about what happened. I had digressing slightly from your question, but in 2001 I had my first computer. It was the old-fashioned dial-up. It frustrated me like anything. I've never used a computer, and dial-up was so painful. And you know, it was you could send an email, but that was about it. But then in 2004, broadband came out, and to me, instantly overnight, that changed the face of the internet. The internet became usable, the internet became powerful, and I thought to myself, there's got to be a way to make money now from the internet. Before I just couldn't, it just wasn't possible. It was just too slow. But changed the face of the internet, and so I started in 2004. I started searching, you know, how to make money online. And it actually took me 3 years before I got my first money-making website. And this was what we call an AdSense website, and it's where Google puts ads on your website. So it's primarily an AdWords site, but we did have affiliate products on there. And once we got it off the ground, I started adding more affiliate products. I was in a fortunate position because the webmaster who built it for me, he kind of built the back end first, and so I was able to upload a lot of content. In actual fact, the first day it went live, we actually made money, and I was getting you know, three figures just from AdSense almost every month, almost straight away. It quickly gained momentum, but to be fair, I had put a lot of work into it, and this was in 2007. So that was my first website. We actually got so we were selling advertising on the website because it was getting a lot of hits, and we were able to grow it, which was great. And since then, although 2007 doesn't seem very long ago, you know, I now build my own WordPress websites. But back in sort of 2007, it wasn't quite so easy. So over the years, you kind of live and learn. So
I remember those days. I wasn't actively engaged trying to make money online back, but I remember the first computer I had was a 104 megabyte hard drive. So in the dial-up modems, I remember that.
What year was that, Derek?
That was years and years ago. It was prior to 2012. So I don't, maybe 2007, 2006, something like that. I don't remember exactly. I remember the book that I published was I wrote that book in 2009, 2010. But that was, but prior to that, I never tried to make money with the internet. I just used it for various names, CompuServe and AOL and stuff like that. But I remember the dial-up modems, and it took forever.
No. We are fortunate to live in an age where the internet has just opened up so many opportunities for individuals, even for just people working from home, even if they're working for a company. It's
amazing. It really is. And your story is amazing as well, that you did so well. That's outstanding, and that's great. One thing I wanted to ask you also.
It took time.
Right. I think that's a common issue.
But now there's much more.
Mm-hmm. I think it's one thing a lot of folks maybe don't understand is, like you mentioned, you put a lot of work into that as well, and at least from my perspective, I think it still takes that. I was going to ask you is, what are your thoughts on somebody starting an online business today? Is that is something that you recommend?
First of all, Yeah, I do. But people, for some reason, people think that you're going to make a lot of money from online business, and you can, but it takes time. Now, my number one recommendation for starting an online business is get a job. Get a job so you've got money coming in. You can't start an online unless you've got lots of money in the bank. You can't start an online business as your main job. You have to have a main job to start with, and then you start an internet business part-time. Now, one of my biggest problems was that I started researching internet marketing, making money online in 2004, and it's actually 3 years before I got my first website up. And this is the fact that I wasn't receiving the proper training. It was all guesswork. I didn't have a clue, but I saw the power of the internet there. That I can recommend. And I've seen good training, I've seen bad training, I've seen excellent training. So we have to learn, and many of these training modules take you through the training step by step. So if you're an absolute beginner, if you absolutely know nothing, you can actually become an expert quite quickly. But you do have to put the time in, you do have to take action, and you do have to be willing to work. Probably, I'd say for most websites, it's probably for most people around 6 months before they start making any money. But one thing that I used to do, I used to be looking at my website, and I'd advise against this now. I'd be perhaps adding some content to the website, and then I'd go into my AdSense settings just to see had they gone up since first thing this morning. And often it had. But my advice is don't keep checking your earnings. Focus on writing content. Focus on growing your business, and then the earnings will come. Because if you keep looking, that time it's distracting, and it can almost be, in the early days, it can almost be a bit hard because you're not making what you'd like to be making. Right. So focus on getting trained. Focus on putting the work in. And then you will see the rewards come in. And be expectant, but don't. But be real. Be real. It takes time. It takes time.
Okay.
And most people, either if you're a morning person, get up early. Get up an hour earlier to do something, or go to bed if you're a night person. Go to bed later. And but just make sure you build. An offline business you build, an online business you build. Just keep plodding along.
Well,
That's
I think
my
you kind
best
of
advice
answered.
to someone starting up.
Yeah,
So,
I think you kind of answered the next question I was going to ask you anyway. But just to kind of elaborate on that a little bit, what would you say? People starting out with an online business, whether it's affiliate marketing or something else, realistically, should they be expecting to make? And I think you kind of answered that they need to be expecting to put in a lot of work and not worry so much about trying to make money right off the bat. But I just want to get your thoughts a little bit more on that. What are, because I think a lot of people come into this with all the internet hype and not the reality. And then they get mad when they're not making $10,000 a month in 30 days and they quit. So what are your thoughts on that?
Well, if you're new to the internet, and I would say you're new and you're willing to commit, and lots of people don't, this is why they fail. I would say you need to think about the two years of dedicated time, almost day. When I say daily, I mean 5 to 6 days a week. Now, I don't mean 40 or 50 hours a week. I probably mean like probably 25 hours a week, perhaps. And it does depend how quick you are at writing, how quick you are at picking up stuff. But I've heard it say from the experts, and I mean genuine experts, they expect to see their people sort of, if they're dedicated, sort of anything from 6 months to, but more like 18 months to 2 years before they can go full time. And perhaps, be realistic, be a couple of $1,000 a month, which is enough to enable them to go full time, and then they can really boost their business. But it does take time. Now we know the stories where people find a program and they hit it off, and they get there quicker. And we all also know it works the other way as well. So, but the main thing is to don't be a dreamer, be a doer, be an action taker.
I like that.
And you can never be, people who use YouTube. They say, oh, I'm going to start a YouTube channel, but I just need to. No, you don't. Start it now. Start it tonight. Most people have got a smartphone. Most people have got a laptop or a desktop or both. You can start making videos from your smartphone now. But if you try and be a perfectionist, you'll never do it. You never do it. Start and you say, I've made my first video. The next one's going to be better. Or learn how to do this. So, yeah, don't let fear hold you back. Just start. Full stop.
That's great advice, and I think that's invaluable to anybody that listens to it.
Yeah.
And I think it's realistic. If you look at it, most training programs, if somebody wants to go get an associate's degree or they want to get some kind of certificate or training, that takes anywhere from a year to 2 years. And in those cases, people are going to pay tens of thousands of dollars for it. And they have absolutely no guarantees that they're going to make anything, but still, that's the typical length of training. So, when you're looking at something, So I like your advice.
So I was actually going to put up a video, and I haven't done it yet. Why go to university or college when you can get trained at home? Now, I appreciate there are some things you have to be trained up, especially, but so much has changed, where you can just get so much information. You can check out courses with reviews. You can just find out so much just from the internet and learn so quickly from the comfort of your own home. No traveling, no college debt to pay at the end of the year or end of your course. So much better.
Now, also the businesses that you're talking about, affiliate marketing and other types of online businesses, are there any kind of special licenses or certificates or business licenses or anything that's necessary? Like, for example, and I'm sure that varies somewhat by location, but in America, in the United States, in order to drive a truck, you have to get a CDL, commercial driver's license. In order to sell real estate, you have to get a real estate salesperson's license. So is there any kind of a special thing that you have to start an online business?
I'm based in the UK, so your website started to get big. Then you do need like public liability or something. I would suggest taking out. But as for special licenses, no. Basically, you need a domain name, depending on what you're doing, some hosting, and energy to produce hard work. But that's, as in licenses, no. We do have this GDPR thing or something but the standard agreements can be found on the web, to terms and conditions and things, just to confirm for to make sure that everything's above board. There's many terms and conditions on websites and that sort of thing, but they're all pretty standard.
So you got some disclosures and disclaimers you need to put on a site.
Yes, that's what okay. Yeah.
But no special licenses or anything like that. Okay, great.
No.
All right. Next thing I want to ask you is, if somebody's interested in actually starting an online business and becoming an online entrepreneur of some type, where would you recommend that they go? Where could they get some training and support?
Well, I've been a membership. Sorry, I'll start that again. I've been on a few membership sites in my online life, if you like. Now, what these websites do, they give you, they basically take you through the process of creating an online business. Now, I'm going to talk about the present one I'm with, and I've been there for 6 years now, or almost 6 years. And it's called Wealthy Affiliate, and they take you right from the start to finish. Now, I joined there as someone who was already making money, but I like the idea of being part of a platform, because you are on your own when you work online, and it's good to have sort of a little bit of banter with other people, which the course enables you to. All I can advise is don't spend too long having banter, because you've got to get your work done as well. But basically, Wealthy Affiliate will take you through, right from the beginning, what is a web business, what is affiliate marketing, how to put up a website. So things you think you can't do, this platform will teach you how to do it. So there's video modules with every training session, and you can actually join. You can join. I always recommend people to become a free member, because if you're a free member, that gives you enough time to test out the site, and you can do 2 sets of modules from being a free member. I actually joined as a paying member because I could see what it was, and I thought I like this, so I became sure. Just create a free account. You don't even need a credit card. You just create a free account, and you're in, and you can go through the training. And there's video modules, as I said. It's also written out, so you can sort of scroll down, and then there's homework and action points. And once you've completed the action points, you can go on to the next module. But to me, this is so important, because what happened, I took 3 years to get my first money making website, and I would say that that 3 years, I could have probably turned that around into 1 month if I was on the right training platform. And because I didn't know a lot of the stuff I was learning when I started, I didn't know if it's right or wrong. I was literally working blind. I didn't know if it's true or not, but I had to start somewhere. So I brought into scam products, not knowingly, but just actually through eagerness, thinking, George made £500,000 last weekend. Maybe a slight exaggeration, but there are all these headlines, make 10,000 every week sitting on the beach. Well, to be fair, no one does that. But I was eager, and I was working blind. So I can't stress the importance of getting proper training. And like I say, it's free. It's free. Try it before you pay. There's no credit card needed. Just try it and see what you think. And there's people like me there and Derek here who are willing to answer your questions. There's a community. I think there's close on 2 million people now in Wealthy Affiliate. Now, they're not all active members, to be fair, but there are a lot of active members. So if you've got a question, there's every chance you get it answered, to be fair. Somewhere along the line, someone will answer it, and often pretty quickly, to be fair. So get trained up. That's all I can say. And one more thing: if you do become a paying member, I see far too many people saying, "How much do I have to spend?" Well, I've been in business for a long time, and you have to spend to earn. You can't have a business and spend and then not spend money. My offline business, I have a machine. It costs a lot of money, but I have to keep it. I have to keep it new because it does a lot of work. If I didn't put my advertising, I wouldn't get so much work. So when I see these questions on like Wealthy Affiliate forums, I will often say, you need to spend money to grow your business. But a web business is the cheapest business that I know to start. There's nothing cheaper than a web business to start. Anything else will cost you far more money than a web business. So I'd say sign up and give it a try.
Well, we're going to put your link below this video. So anybody interested in signing up with Wealthy
Okay.
Affiliate, you click on
Yeah.
Roy's link. So we'll make sure you got that done.
Okay.
And also, and that is one of the wonderful things. One of the things I like about Wealthy Affiliate too is that they let you try it before you have to spend anything. And not a lot of places do that.
No, that's right. That is true. That is true. And that is almost it almost proves that they believe in their system.
I think you kind of touched on this a little bit,
So
Roy, too, kind of
yeah,
with what you just said. But if you would, what should somebody expect to spend to actually, get their business off the ground? Because they're going to have to, if they choose to become a premium member, then they're going to want to pay them for a membership.
yeah.
But they also have to buy a domain name, and they're going to. Is there anything else? I mean, what kind of money are we looking at that somebody needs to spend to sort of get their training and get the key tools and things that they need to actually launch their online
Well,
business?
to be a premium member on a monthly basis, it is $49. Now that there are special offers from time to time, and my monthly, I pay annually now, and I think I do the Black Friday offer, so I get it. My price is around about the $200 mark. I think I don't want to exaggerate. My subscription will soon be due actually in November, but if you can, I would try and sign up. If you do sign up as a premium member, look out for special offers, and if you can maybe sign up for 1 month and then do the Black Friday offer and get a really good deal. But as other than that, which I recommend doing, really all you need is a domain name, which is approximately $10 roundabout for 1 year. You can pay for 3 years, 2 years, 10 years, and get discounts. But for most people, when they're starting, 1 year's enough, and I always put my domains to auto renew. And if I don't want that domain anymore, then I just go in and turn auto renew off, and it naturally turns itself off. But something else I should have mentioned about Wealthy Affiliate, it offers hosting, and their hosting is fine to start with. You just need to remember that as your business grows, you may need better hosting. But for starters, I've no complaints with their hosting for a straightforward web business. So for normal terms, no, that's really all the expense is. So, and when you look at the cost of Wealthy Affiliate, even for a premium member, when you compare it with, college fees, university fees, I don't know what your fees are in the US, but I'm told they're pretty expensive here. So I think they're probably between 10 and 20,000 a year here. So when you compare that with university fees, and you genuinely can, there are people on Wealthy Affiliate who are earning a lot of money, and they have done it just through the training. But they have worked. I don't want to hide that that it doesn't take work, because it does. But there are many people now who are reaping the rewards, and they work with themselves, which is a huge bonus.
Okay, great.
So,
Now, in
yeah.
addition to the technical skills that people are going to learn and that they're going to need, what other skills do you think are necessary for somebody to be successful in starting their business?
I would say have patience. Have patience. It takes time to build a business, whether it's offline or online. Now, like I said, when I started, I've had 3 offline businesses. Well, 2 of them which have sold. I remember in the early days, you'd advertise in a magazine or something, and you'd have to wait for that ad to be seen. But now, with the internet, we can be found really quickly, and it's far quicker to grow a business. But we still need patience. So people seem to think with an internet business, it happens overnight. It doesn't. It takes time. So I'd say patience is a good thing to have, and have a passion for what you're doing. When you decide what you're going to be doing online, don't go for where the money is, go for where your passion is. What's your hobby? What do you like doing? What have you got knowledge about? What do you like talking about? And choose your niche from that. Don't try and say, oh, I think there's money in this, because, for example, I don't do football. I don't know anything about it. It doesn't interest me. I have nothing against it, but it doesn't interest me. If I was trying to write blog posts or make videos on football, it would be horrendous, because I don't know anything about it. Whereas my sites on gardening, machinery, it interests me. I have a passion about it. And also on internet marketing, I have a passion about the power of the web. So do something you're passionate about. And something else that some people don't understand: don't be greedy. Put others first and help other people. Now, I'm kind of talking biblical principles, but even people who don't have a faith, these people have seen that these principles work. If you can help others, for example, on Wealthy Affiliate, we mentioned about there's often questions asked. Go in and help that person, help them if they say they're struggling. Go just write a word of encouragement and encourage them. I promise you, it will come back to you in some way if you're doing it for the right motives, and you're genuinely helping others for good reason. Favors will be returned. You may not see them straight away; they may not come back directly, but you will see them. I've seen this time and time again. So. And also another thing is to share good and valuable information. Don't exaggerate things. Don't try and make a pitch that's not untrue just to sell your product. Just be honest about things, and that way you gain respect, and you grow your business in a much better way. Another thing I'd say is, it kind of comes down to the same thing: be friendly with people, compliment them if if they've made a sale, if they made the first sale, share in their joy, compliment them, encourage them to go for the next goal. If they've completed like their first training module, drop them a line and say, well done. You're well on the way to having starting an internet business. But yeah, that's kind of my best advice I can give to think about others first, really.
I like that. I think that's very accurate. And I think it's karma, and it, what you put out is going to come back to you. So,
I really think so. Yeah.
I like what you said also about have some patience.
When the corona, No, when the coronavirus came out, you kind of think to yourself, well, how's my business going to be? So, to be fair, I took a step of faith and I upped my tithing, my giving, and I can honestly say I have seen the rewards. I've seen them. We don't give to get back, but if we give with the right motives to help people. I've seen it come back. And like I say, I'm not doing it to that. I'm doing it to help people. But it's good to have good, strong principles that work, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
So, proven principles.
I was going to ask you also about whether you thought it would be a good business for somebody to start part-time, but I think you already answered that. You said that, people really do need to have another source of income. So they need to have a good, solid job. Or something producing income while they build their business.
They do, and it doesn't. If you're passionate about starting an online business, and maybe you haven't got a job, I would just, I appreciate in some countries it may be more difficult, but just go out there and do something. It might be working in McDonald's. It might be cleaning the toilets, but it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I've worked with livestock. I've cleaned out livestock. I know what it's like, but the main thing is you're earning money. You need to earn money. You need to have money coming in. So my advice is get a job. Get a job before. Get a job, or make sure you have a job before you start online. Unless you're living at home and you have very kind parents that are paying everything for you, which isn't always the best thing, I'm afraid, because you don't learn the right principles of advice give.
I think that's outstanding advice.
So
And it's something that's not
yeah,
usual, that you don't typically hear on the internet. A lot of people want to say the opposite, tell people that they can, make crazy money in a short period of time without
yes,
any special training. And I think honestly, that's leading people down the wrong path. And I see people,
I
and
think
I
so.
feel sad for them sometimes, because I see people that say that, hey, I'm broke, I'm late on my rent, I'm about to be
Mm,
evicted from my house
yeah,
or have my house repossessed, and I've got to make money,
mm,
online right away.
yeah,
And
yeah,
uh, and I like your advice. I think your advice is better for them, and that is go get a job or go find something else first to make
yeah,
money and stabilize your income, and then work on building
definitely,
your online business.
yeah. No,
Um,
we build a house and we build a business. You build it step by step, and no business happens overnight, or not normally anyway.
okay.
So yeah.
That's I agree with that. One of the other things I want to ask you is the things that you have learned with your online
Hmm.
business as an online entrepreneur and wealthy affiliate and all the other things you've done online. Have
Yes.
any of those skills helped you in your offline businesses?
Yeah, well, they have, to be fair. For example, I mentioned that I'd had sort of three different offline businesses and still have one. Now, this one was started 4 years ago, and I had to buy a piece of machinery for the business, which cost quite a bit of money, to be fair. And I had no jobs for this machine. But however, I was confident with my knowledge of the internet that I could get found, and I quickly, to be fair, within 7 months, it's not all. This is the power of the internet, and what can be achieved. Now, I know full well that prior to the internet, I could never have grown my business so quickly. The internet, admittedly, I've got a knowledge of the internet, and you can quickly gain knowledge about how to promote yourself online or your business. Yeah, it really is an amazing tool. And many people, I don't talk to a huge amount of people about the internet because the majority of people don't understand. They kind of think it's a scam, but the scope there is amazing. How to market your offline business and what have you. So those skills can be used, whether it's affiliate marketing or selling your services, selling your product. So yeah, I think any business that's not utilizing the power of the internet is losing out big time.
Okay,
It's only
great.
something I couldn't understand on a slightly different subject. When broadband first came out, I thought we're going to see people working from home now, but we didn't. It's actually taken COVID or the coronavirus, whatever you like to call it, to get people to realise that actually we don't need to rent this office space. People can work from home, providing they produce the goods. And all of a sudden, the internet's kind of probably jumped, I would think, 5 to 10 years in the matter of months. People are purchasing online things. They're using the internet to buy things, and they've never purchased anything online before, and they're suddenly thinking that this is really useful, especially if, like you, Derek, and myself, who live out in the countryside. it costs money to start up a car and time to go shopping. You can just literally a few clicks and you've got your product delivered to the door, which is absolutely fantastic.
Sure.
So I kind of answered a few, sort of digressed slightly on that question, but
No, that's great.
that's kind of enthusiasm about the internet.
That's outstanding. Great advice. Now, I also want to ask you, what if you could go back in time to when you were
Yes.
first getting started with your online businesses, what do you
Yeah.
know now that you wished you had known back then that would help you?
Having the right information, knowing what's, I don't want to read ours within a month, and then find out it's not true. I want to find proper training that teaches you the correct way. I was going for too many. I forgot what the word is. Bright shiny objects syndrome. Think, oh, this one's better than the last one, and it cost me money, but it cost me money due to my enthusiasm of seeing what could be achieved on the internet. I just needed to be trained properly. So I would definitely recommend being part of a membership site. Now, there are some people that say to you, well, actually, you don't need to. You can. It's all online. You can find it all online, and they're right. You can. But to me, as I said before, I'd sooner pay for something and have something in an order with training modules that you can follow step by step. Tick the box and say, okay, I've done this first stage, I'm going on to part A, B, C, and so forth. And you got a plan. Whereas if you're doing mine, you don't really have a plan. So I would definitely recommend a good training course. I can't. To me, there's no other way really. And that was I know full well if I'd have been trained up properly, I'd have been making money far quicker, and I'd be in a better position, an even better position today, to be fair.
Okay.
So, yeah, get trained up.
I think that's great advice as well. And I hear people say that all the time with a lot of things, regarding online courses or anything else. They're like, why should I get training when everything is available online? Well, if you apply that, why should you go to a college or a university or a trade school or any kind of training whatsoever? And it is to get it condensed down and get more accurate information in a shorter period of time. So I like your response.
Yeah.
It makes good sense. So,
and of course, there's always an opportunity with, for example, like Wealthy Affiliate. You might think, actually, I really I find it great fun building websites. I want to find more about WordPress. You can find a course online if you want to go into greater detail. I don't, for the sake of the interview, I don't want to complicate this, but because Wealthy Affiliate kind of gives you everything you need to get started. But if you want to go deeper in a subject, sometimes, as I said, you might find something you really like, and you'd like to go deeper. Well, perhaps find a course on Udemy or something like that, and always check out the reviews that people have. They've got good reviews, and it does what it says on the packet, because that's you definitely want that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
My best advice.
In fact, as you know, I teach a lot of courses. I have multiple courses on Udemy and other platforms. But when you talk about something as complex as learning how to do an entire online business, I think something where you have an organized series of training and where you have a community and people that can help you is a big step in the right direction. And then later on, once you've got the fundamentals and the basics, you want to augment that with additional courses on Udemy or somewhere else. I'm all for that. Obviously, I'm all for that. But that makes good sense to have a cohesive program and to have a community and somebody to support you. So with that in mind, if somebody that is seriously, done their homework and has looked around and has decided that they want to do this, that they want to start an online business now, what would you recommend their next step be? What should they do to get started?
Well, I see. I would say sign up because it doesn't cost anything, but take action. I've seen too many dreamers in life who want their own business, but they don't want to take action. If you don't take action, I can assure you nothing will happen. But if you take action, sign up and create a plan, write down, set aside time. Say, I'm going to spend this hour that I'd normally spend watching rubbish on television. I'm going to spend it constructively, and I'm going to get trained up. Because in fact, I haven't had a television for years. We actually purchased a television for the first time after many years without having one last Christmas. But to be fair, I've hardly used it because it's just not me. I'm a person who wants to sit down and do things. So my suggestion is get signed up, set aside quality time, shut yourself away in a room in a quiet place, and get started. And the rewards when you actually take action are huge. It's like if I write a blog post, you set out to do something, you achieve that. Sometimes I'll even put a timer on to time myself to give so I know I've got to be finished in such a time. The rewards are huge, and the sense of achievement, the satisfaction. Whereas just being a dreamer, dreaming won't get you anywhere. It's got to be action. It's got to be action. So get signed up, drop fear, forget the fear, be an action taker, and do it.
That's great advice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Roy, that about does it for this interview. I very much appreciate your time, and I appreciate all the great information. And for people, thank you. It was great, a lot of fun, and wonderful information, I think, for people. And people that want to get in touch with you and want to find you. Now, I'm going to put your link for Wealthy Affiliate below this video in the description box. But other than that, is that where you want them to contact you, or where can people find you and get in touch with you at?
Yeah, I don't use social, but I do a Facebook page, which I don't use huge amounts. I don't spend huge amounts of time on Facebook, but I'm on Twitter, I'm on LinkedIn. I have a website called The Christian Internet Marketer. You can find me on there. But yes, I think that we'll put some links at the bottom, and people can contact me there, or comment on this video or whatever, and we can get in contact, because I'm here to help. Something to sort of conclude on a good note. Just happier when I see someone on Wealthy Affiliates saying, "I've made my first sale," or "I've just given up my online." To me, that's a great thing to hear. And I just want to encourage people when I hear this, and I think it encourages so many people to move forward. So that's my final tip of the night.
All right. Well, thanks, Roy. Thanks again. I appreciate that very much. And to anybody watching as well, just so you know, I have some internet issues, which I'm hoping to solve before too long. So if there's anything with this video, it's hopefully I'll get that resolved before too long. But thanks for watching, and appreciate you checking out Income Production Opportunities and our talk with Roy, and we'll see you soon in the next video.
Thanks a lot.